Hello everybody, it's your Wonderful Wind Mage, your cruise ship servant, Chartreuse Proxy, ever and always at your service now, y'all. It is a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Tuesday. It is January 7th, and second week of January, but technically first Tuesday of the new year. I hope everybody's doing well, I hope everybody's chilling out, and mainly, I hope everybody's been able to just, have a good time when it comes to it all, y'all. I'm back with Mystia's Izakaya. I was thinking about streaming it yesterday to try to keep it in line with my Crits of Delicious Mondays like I used to do for my cooking game, but I got both a combination of lazy and I was also making thumbnails for the week, because at least from my upload schedule, I should have pretty good documentation going all the way up to maybe about the 18th now when it comes to my daily stuff, which is both really good and also very sobering for me to be able to say, I actually have a lot of stuff that I'm going to be able to look forward to when it comes to my residual uploads. I want to chill, I want to talk, and primarily I want to just, unwind, because my last streams have been a lot higher tempo when it comes to it for how I've been feeling, considering how it's been orange juice and everything like that. And to that end, it's not been the most conducive to my own mental health, considering how bad I've been getting beat around with it all. Orange juice absolutely sobers you up. But anyway, we're back to Mystia's Izakaya, and I just want to chill out because we got our new area, of course. The main thing here. It's a new area. That is, if we take a look at my notebook, what is our task? Obviously so. See here, we have paid off the debt of the human village now. So in 15 days, we have, we have to go and pay off a debt of 6k. I already have 6k, but that means we will just be able to spend. First and foremost, buy up everything as always. Now let's talk to Chen. What's your opinion about the power soup? We created it together after all. I feel very energetic after feeling it. Well, it's designed to provide energy. What about your cats? Do they like it? They're more lively after eating it. They look very happy. That's great. They're so lively now that there are scratch marks everywhere in the den. So, it didn't work out after all. Well, fine enough, that gets us up to level 4 with Chen, and the main thing is, we have invite to get her to the Izakaya, ingredients to gather specific ingredients for her, we can do beverages now too. Ever since the new shrine opened at the top of the mountain, there's been more and more trouble. They opened new divisions and even built a ropeway. As a result, more and more humans are entering the mountain. Some of them even trespassed on my land. That's super annoying. Humans nowadays are truly fearless. Even I'm afraid of going near the Youkai mountain. Speaking of that, humans actually pay tribute at those shrines. They leave a lot of alcohol and food there. The beasts usually finish off the food pretty quickly. Liquor is generally the only thing left. As compensation for being disturbed, it's not that bad if I take some wine, right? However, Ransomot doesn't allow me to drink much wine. I'll share this bottle with you. What? Thank you. Actually, why don't I take some more? What you did is absolutely justified. Sparrow Sake and Negroni. Interesting. 100. So besides the Dasai, it's my next most expensive drink, which is going to be really nice to have. It could be bitter. Oh, hold on, I got a DM. Okay, we're good. Alright, good. Lucky bitter with an orange aroma and going down smoothly. Pretty popular recently. After hearing that it's popular in the outside world, my mistress asked me to make one, but she couldn't stand the bitterness and kept asking me to add more orange and vermouth. It's basically orange syrup now. The anonymous chef Maid. That's cute. And also the fact that it's a Western tad does fit with the Star Wars Sisters taste potentially. Let's keep raising up Let's keep raising up our friendship. Let's invite Riddle, because I always do love having the opportunity for the Fireflies to come around. Hi D3, I hope you're doing well. How's your orange juicing? Because when I booted up Steam, I saw that you were playing it yourself. But anyway, after I go around talking to the boys and girls, let's talk with Chen. Let's check my friendships actually with people here. So Rumi is my highest, so I do need to just have Riddle come around more. Set your first on win. The story mode feels so depressing to play. Oh, mega lol. Reason the bots is worse. I've tried a dozen and didn't clear it. Yeah, at the very least, when it comes to for playing orange juice for your side D3, unless you're going for achievements and or cosmetics, you can clear story mode stuff on casual mode, which is the lowest difficulty, because they rig the game in your favor. And that's how you can try to get the base game characters better. Oh, I'm dropping a lot of frames. Tell me if you hear anything or not. But yeah, I honestly feel like there's like certain characters that you can just try to cheat story mode with. But they're the ones that would be highly geared towards either the stars or wind condition. Stars or winds, wind conditions, I guess. Twice in a row and casual, I feel so sorry for you. But I feel like wins, you're very much so still at the whims of RNG. Whereas if you can play a character that's just all in on stars, which is DOC only really, then you have a much better time. At least that's how I've had. You've been to so many different places, Rumia. Have you tasted the drinks from those locations? Ah, I drank a lot of super tasty wine. That must be nice. I saved some for Misty as well. Wow, thank you very much. Ordinary fitness tea, another Negroni. The label says drink me. That's hilarious. Well, I hope that you do better, and also, I guess I maybe have to actually wait a day. Actually, yeah, I have to wait a day, probably for the human village to open up for our next location. In that case, then we'll just gather as usual. We don't have any other quests at the moment here, so we just chill out. Ooh, more decide. Nice. Yeah, let's just keep going on. Let's keep chilling. Let's keep having a good time. Open up. Oh, I'm one finger off from my keyboard. Open up shop for tonight. But you've been having fun? You still playing Mani, or you trying out different characters, or like looking at the DLC more potentially? Okay, let's see here. Power Soup only takes a hot pot, and that's pretty decent. But I think I still want to keep high inventory stats otherwise for potential items. So we'll keep bouncing around with what I could be carrying or not. It's that, or I could honestly limit my menu to just my high-end foods. And then, yeah, I'm using double over for two things. But the fact is that when it comes to that, I'll still have, what's his face? I will still have the other utensils for specialty customers. I just need to be prepping a lot more. Okay, you love Mani? If I ever become more Malmach, is high priority. There you go. Misty! Yoko, did the head priestess agree to let you come over? Yes, the head priestess told me. You will never ascend to Bruderhood if private matters delay your practice. But if it's part of your practice, then it's fine. That feels a bit crafty, but it's good that she agreed. Now we can work together again. And the head priestess said the commission fee should be 5% of the total revenue. No problem. Right, if that's all, I can start sweeping the temple at later times in the future. Huh? You still have to do the sweeping? Of course! Waking up early, reciting sutras, and sweeping are my morning practices. The head priestess said I'm allowed to doze off. I can kind of see why some people are big shots while we are small fry. It's almost time. Let's open up the Izakaya. Starting from tomorrow, if you need my help, just hire me before you open. I've been helping for a while now, and I should now be able to perform additional tasks. You can assign me to different jobs later, which will be great for the future. For now, she'll continue to be our resident lovely barmaid. I think in theory I like March, but the second mission really shows off her weakness. March is what Winston enjoyed. She very much so is still, without a doubt, a potential slow burner. And, you know, she doesn't pop off as much as other people, but she always is a threat when it comes to, since especially so, like, if you're playing on certain maps or certain HP, or certain characters who have lesser HP, she can always just, like, find a way to immediately start snarking on people. Manny is a much more active ticking time bomb since she never has to, like, since she doesn't have to really use her hyper. Or rather, like, she doesn't have to be holding on to her hyper to threaten people or have to mind game by saying, oh, don't go to low health. Instead, she just kind of, you know, continues to rage to it and just says, no, I'll simmer on this and let you slowly but surely figure out what you have to do with me when we get to that point. But then, of course, as, you know, we saw in co-op, it can depend on how good it is, and even then, if you want to have the longer terms effects, depending on how far you are in the game, of if you want your raids to last for like forever, or if you want if you want to cancel it early by just gunning it and just saying, I want 4 wins from whoever's right in front of me right now. But otherwise, I know, like, for me, I do actually want to check out more... Like, I do want to check out the new DLC characters, because I'm, like, 8 paths behind on the regular DLC at the moment. And to that end, I want to be able to see if there's any characters I do like or so. Because I haven't actually really researched into the newer characters as much, because the last path that I played was when the Moonlight characters came around, so it was Moonlight Hime and Noble Fernet, I believe. So I know what they do, but I never bought into them or so. And I'll just have to see exactly, you know, how things come to be. And to meet, what does Chen like again? You like sweet, greasy grilled, and anything popular. I'm gonna get fish for you. Sweet, greasy grilled. You're gonna be grilled anyway. Oh, I don't think there's anything that is popular right now, so I'll just go with some grilled lamprey for you. Something dry. Sparrow sake, super dry. I always feel like there's something to do, which is awesome. Yeah, and I feel like when it comes to on the orange juice side, there isn't too many characters that actually let you continue to be active when you are dead on the ground. There are definitely a few I can think of or so. Tomato and Mimiu's whole gimmick is the fact that, you know, like, that they are stance character and then just continue swapping even when one of them dies, or basically always be active. Arnold, the shopkeeper, can have shops that can always residually be around. Trap characters can always, you know, be impacting the board anyway, so that's Dangerous Yuki and Kroa. And then when it comes to it otherwise, let's see here. Pirate Captain has summons, if I think I remember exactly so, but he's also traps to an extent. So that still goes. I think it was Fruity you wanted, right? I'm gonna assume. Let's do the same here. That'll still fulfill. So overall, it still is, you know, delicate when it comes to Fruity. Yep. And of course, that's going to be strengths and weaknesses, character-wise, when it comes to it. At the very least, though, I will say, at least you, like, for you, D3. Oh, what a mad. That was quicker than I thought. I was about to say, at the very least, too, you are seeing a good end of your mini gameplay or so. But it was actually kind of like almost a rock, paper, scissors balance that a good amount of my old crew used to have. Trying to remember what the power soup was. Oh wait, no, the recipe says its own. Seaweed boar meat. That's in a pod. Thinking about, I want to save my lampreys, so I want to make power soup instead, since I have a lot more on that end. But it was rock, paper, scissors almost in a few of my old groups, because there's certain characters that really made it hard for others to play to certain extents or so. Like, yeah, Manny loves getting chipped or so, but the fact is, it's still delicate balancing act between what how much damage she still wants to take. And when there's characters that can absolutely just nuke you for more than 1 health outside of combat, for instance, and keep it out of your reach, rather make your rage lower artificially as it can be, then that's when you do start feeling a burn, for example. And then etc, etc, etc. You know, everything will continue to go on from that end. But it's just always real interesting with how strategies can absolutely break on the fly. And with how many characters that there are, it's not like you're going to be screwed at character select. You might be screwed at board select, but you kind of know that going into things. It's just cool to see. Riddle like strains, sweet raw, right? And you want meaty. We hate vegetarian, so we make it meaty. Strains, sweet raw. Potato slows, and then we get tofu. We get more tofu then. Everybody wants tofu now. Goodness gracious. Alright. Okay, y'all. I only made 2 portions of tofu, but I guess y'all all want it then. Let's help Kyoto with the drinks real quick. Firefly Phenomenon will fill out the rest of the tables that I have not been able to do yet so far, which will be wonderful. Dude, everybody wants tofu. Please stop. Please stop with the tofu orders. Yeah, I really need Riddle to come around sooner, considering how she absolutely perks up my numbers. And I need her to come sooner rather than later, that way I can always have a full house if I want to maximize the profit. Seem weak in some matchups damage comps. I haven't run into them, but I see the card pools to know if I bring her too much people easily counter by just altering the decks to be less combat focused. And you know, like, that is to extent, like, I could counter draft a lot more when it comes to, but then there are certain, you know, there are also certain ways you can just, you know, enable your own win condition a lot more. I mean, during the bounty hunt game, I'm playing a character who really wants to profit off of gift cards, for example, in Nico, and when he was just melting down internally, just because he couldn't process that he has to keep getting rid of gift cards, was absolutely hilarious, I find. And also just, when it comes to it, just, well, that's almost laser guided. Almost. But of course, you know, once again, let's give and take with the beauty of orange juice, with how it all pans out on how, what's it, push-pull, and how you could easily just have the best game of your life and then the worst game of your life right afterwards. Plus, if you're gonna screw over your friends, you absolutely could lean all the way into saying, hey, I'm gonna hard counter your character. Am I that mean? Not necessarily. Am I that vindictive? Oh, definitely so. Number 2. Need more onigiri. Put this in. Number 4. And number 1. Need another croquette. And I need another onigiri. Good. I got tossed serving as well. Let's help Kyoto with the drinks a little bit here while I'm waiting on by. Lovely. I'll have another croquette in, but that's gonna be it for tonight. Okay. Not bad, not bad. We need more fried tofu. Glad I still accidentally fudge. I served it to the wrong person. Glad I still made the onigiris. And then I served it to the wrong person after all of that, so that's just how it is. Bounty Hunt mode is very similar to Armello. Yep, you talked to me about that there, not one-to-one, but similar vibes and pacing. And it, you know, like I said, it is more of a traditional tabletop RPG, how Bounty Hunt plays out, I mean. So it's just, you know, real interesting mix-up of it overall, but I still personally think original Orange Juice is, you know, gonna stand up on its own and still is my favorite. Co-op's really cool, though, because all of the different bosses are wildly different in how you need to approach them, and to that end, it's really cool to have to build your decks and actually tear around your character composition way more than anything else. Besides, I feel Orange Juice at least suffers from the fact that, you know, it's a really specialized game, and so Bounty Hunt can actually feel horrid for some characters. Appreciate your hard work today as well, Misty. You can leave the cleaning to me. Thanks. I'll leave it to you then. You're welcome. But I'm also getting used to this now. Thinking back to the time when we just expanded, that was a real fuss. Yeah, it was quite nerve-wracking seeing the Izakaya with more guests after the expansion. The good news is that this region isn't really heavily populated. The customers are all familiar faces, so it doesn't take long to cope with it. Speaking of which, what is it? I was thinking, we've now decided to expand the Izakaya, but we're still staying at the Youkai Trail. Isn't it counterintuitive? You want to leave this place? Well, yeah, a little bit. But where can we go if we want to leave? Stronger yokai roam the entire Gensokyo. It's already hard enough for weak little yokai like us to gain a footing at the Youkai Trail. You're right, I haven't thought of it thoroughly yet. A guest at this hour? Dear guest, we're terribly sorry, but we're closed for tonight. Please come back tomorrow. Miss Reimu? Did you freeze in place just by seeing me? Sorry, I instinctively... Are you here for food? But at this hour I'm not here to eat anything. Say, even if I didn't do anything, you can't just go on and about assuming that you can do everything. Huh? We didn't do anything bad, I think. And you say you didn't do anything? Look at your Izakaya! What in the world are you doing? But the Izakaya... There's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with it? You used to pull a stall cart. I tolerated that. Now you've set up a decent place like this at the entrance of the Youkai Trail without even notifying me. Thanks for the praise. I'm not praising you. You're expanding your business so recklessly. Do you even have a permit? Me? Coco, do you know what this is? I have no idea. Why do we need this, whatever thing for our business? It's useless talking to you half-wits. Just close down your Izakaya. We are closed. I mean, like, never open again. Isn't Youkai Trail one of the big dogs? I mean, she is the protagonist of the entire Toho franchise. What? You followed all the rules running her business. Not even the Tatsuri Miku could simply chase us away like this. Don't you have any idea what kind of place the Youkai Trail is? Setting up a restaurant here and attracting a crowd, you'll create troubles eventually. All in all, no business can operate on the Youkai Trail. All businesses that open up here are to be shut down. That is a rule of Gensokyo. If you put it like that, would it then be okay if we moved our Izakaya somewhere else? Huh? Not right anywhere else other than Youkai Trail would work. However, if it's somewhere like the human village, at least there would be no danger for humans. But that actually is a pretty dangerous place for us yokai. If you can get that person's support, even you should be accepted by humans. That person? She's the one who acts like as she's handling Miko duty in the human village. Instead of trusting a 100% genuine human like myself, the villagers place more trust in her. They're just... So, who is she? Mr. Himu, we don't often set foot in the human village. There's no way we're familiar with such an important figure of the village. Don't often set foot? Does that mean there were instances of you sneaking into the village? Not really. Only once in a while. Hey, aren't we talking about that person? Who was she again? She's a half-were beast. Despite being a yokai, she's also a teacher for human children. What? Are humans willing to have yokai educate their young? Hey, I'm not here to have a casual chat with you. Whatever you do, shut down your place here. I'm willing to set up my Izakaya in the human village. However, I can't give up this place either. Who cares about what you want? Mr. Heimu, you used to visit here occasionally as a guest. It's pretty close to your shrine from here. Isn't that convenient from you? If you really close down an Izakaya for good, then you might lose some potential visitors. Even if so, I wouldn't simply... I promise you that I'll get the Izakaya running in the human village. That'll also mean I'll be opening less frequently here. Pretty please, I promise that I'll keep a low profile from now on. Whatever. I'll let you off the hook this time. As long as you can promise that you won't cause any trouble. Yes, I promise! Fine. It's quite late now. And I'm not like you yokai. I'm going back to get some sleep. You must get permission from that person tomorrow. You can't open your Izakaya without a permit of the Youkai Trail next month. Watch your steps back on the way there, Miss Greymoo. Misty, are you really going to move our Izakaya to the human village? You should know this, but I've been considering places with more traffic than the Youkai Trail for a while. But it's the human village. Oh, Miss Greymoo said it's okay, so I just want to try it out. Yoko, can I? Okay, you win. Alright then, you really want to try, then I'll give you my support. Thank you, you're such a good friend. But it would cost a small fortune to open up a new branch at the human village. I forgot there's that. It seems like we'll have to find her again. And we'll be dead again. By the way, I think the Miko also told us to get somebody's permission. That the villagers won't discriminate against us just because we're yokai. No idea who it might be. Let's go to the human village tomorrow and find out. And that's the day. Alright, let me get some water real quick.